That's Brandywine off to the early lead, followed closely by Dapper 2 and then Popcorn. Will be in sight momentarily. That's Brandywine on the lead, followed by Dapper 2. Brandywine with about a 5-length advantage, make it 10 as they hit the top of the street. It looks like Brandywine is going to make it 3 in a row today. That's Brandywine, Dapper 2 and Popcorn. At the top of the straight, that's Brandywine all alone. And down the stretch, she comes to retire the Joey Challenge Trophy. That's Brandywine at the line. All 3 horses are safely over and they're approaching the third fence. Calculating has now opened up about a 4-length lead over Noble Editor and Distinct Sunrise. They appear to all be safely over the third fence, and that's still calculating out, showing the way with Alexander Robertson. As they approach the next fence, that's calculating on the inside, Noble Editor on the outside, followed by Distinct Sunrise. That's calculating with about a length or 2 advantage over Noble Editor and about 3 back to Distinct Sunrise. As they make this turn and head out into the country, that's calculating with about a 2-length advantage over Noble Editor. It's another 3 back to Distinct Sunrise. ahead of it. I think I out of sight behind the trees. Heads up for the loose horse. You guys will tell me what I'm going to have to do here. As they come into sight, that's calculating with about a 5-length advantage over Noble Editor. Calculating, flying out there in front with Alexander Robertson. Noble Editor hanging in there. As they approach this next fence, that's calculating.
Watch the loose horse. Where is this supposed to be? Coming right here. Hold up, hold up. Did you give that horse yet?
Over by the coop, please. Veterinary over by the coop. They are heading to the start. And they're off. That's Dr. Poncho out to the early lead. Baldwin Marvin. As they head down to the approach the first fence, that's Dr. Poncho well out in front, followed by Bruno Castelli and Lil Starvin Marvin. They're all over that fence, but that's Dr. Poncho showing the lead already by about 10. Bruno Castelli there inside, back to Lil Starvin Marvin. Up along the road, approaching the second fence, that's Dr. Poncho now opening up some 15-length lead over Bruno Castelli, followed by Lil Starvin Marvin. They're all over the second, and it's Dr. Poncho now heading to the third with a 15-length lead over Bruno Castelli and Lil Starvin Marvin. Poncho up there on Dr. Poncho up there on approaching the third. That's Dr. Poncho over. About 10 back, 15 back to Bruno Castelli, another 3 back to Lil Starvin Marvin. But Conrad Summers has Dr. Poncho in the lead. That's Dr. Poncho rounding the turn. Bruno Castelli next, Lil Starvin Marvin moving up on the inside. the I'm going to say it's still Dr. Poncho. His lead's now only 4 lengths over Bruno Castelli, who holds about a 2-3 length advantage over Lil Storm and Marvin. Up the hill they go to that next fence. That's Dr. Poncho in front. Bruno Castelli and Lil Storm and Marvin are all over that fence, but the group is getting tighter. That's Dr. Poncho with about a 4-length lead heading to the coop, followed by Bruno Castelli and Lil Storm. Fences, and it's Dr. Poncho and Conrad Summers showing the way. Bruno Castelli. As they approach the 4th last fence, it's still Dr. Poncho holding on to the lead, but it's only 2 lengths now over Lil Storm. Dr. Poncho holding on to the lead, but now as they come to the second last, that's Lil Storm and Marvin, followed by Dr. Poncho and Bruno Castelli. At the top of the street, it's Lil Storm and Marvin. About 5 back to Bruno Castelli, and another 5 back to Dr. Poncho. As they approach the rest, that's Lil Storm and Marvin with the lead. Bruno Castelli next over. Down the stretch there comes Lil Storm and Marvin and Bruno Castelli. Lil Storm and Marvin at the wire, Bruno Castelli and Dr. Poncho. And they're off, and that's Classic Cal out to the early lead, followed by Jonathan. They seem to be off at a rather leisurely clip, and it's Classic Cal showing the way. As they get to the first fence, that's Classic Cow in front, following closely with Jonathan, and they're both over. Turn up the hill and head to the second fence. That's now Jonathan taking over the lead, and it's got about a 2-length advantage over Classic Cow. Both horses are over the second fence, and that is Jonathan opening up about 3, make it 4 lengths over Classic Cow. About 4. That's Jonathan on over Classic Cow. As they turn and head out into the country, that's Jonathan now with about a 10-length advantage over Classic Cow.
Only one horse left, John.
There we do.
Right.
I would have gotten too nervous if I was alone. I'd have gotten there he goes. Oh, God!
And back into sight comes Classic Cow and Billy Meister. Over that next fence, safely, was Classic Cow. Classic Cow now at the coop. He's up and over that one. Classic cow now approaching the fourth last fence. Over that one. Now has 3 fences to go.
Where's the horse?
I think he just... Classic cow at the second to last fence, up and over that one in good form. Now with 1 fence to go. And here comes Classic cow at the top of the straight, 1 to go. All eyes on Classic cow. He's up and over that one and down the straight he comes. That's Bullmeister and Classic cow. Ears pricked. Yeah. They're turning, and they're off. That's Narrow River out to the early lead.
4-2-5.
Followed by Steve and Make Me a Champ. As they approach the first fence, that's Narrow River, Steve and Make Me a Champ. Two over Stage Radiance and another 2 back to Make Me a Champ. Coming up now about a 6-length lead over Stage Radiance and another 2 back to. That's now over on top, followed by Stage Radiance and Make Me a Champ. Now over in front by about 5. Stage Radiance and another 1 or 2 back to Make Me a Champ. As they turn and head out into the country, that's now over now by about 2 over Stage Radiance and about 1 back to Make Me a Champ. fence on top by about 1, and however next, another one got to make me a champ now, making up ground on the inside as they're up there on his next fence. Now racing back to the lead, 2 back to Stage Radiance and Make Me a Champ. Now River now picks up the lead by about 3 lengths over Stage Radiance and Make Me a Champ as they head up the hill to the coop. That's Now River first over, followed by Make Me a Champ and Stage Radiance. They've got 5 fences to go. They come to that next fence. Stage Radiance and Make Me a Champ. Make the third last fence, those horses are just now let's see. That's Make Me a Champ. Stage Radiance and Now River. They've got 1 to go. That's Make Me a Champ. Stage Radiance and Now River. At the top of the street, that's Make Me a Champ. Now River, Stage Radiance. Make Me a Champ first over next Now River and Stage Radiance. Down the stretch they come. That's Make Me a Champ. Now River and Stage Radiance. And they're off.
And by lane, we have 7, 4, 6, 1.
Out first is number 7, Let's CMA. Lion's Turn and Ecologic. That's Let's CMA on top at the first. Now passed by Made. Shoot off. Approaching the second fence. That's Machine on top. Followed by Ecologic. Lion's Turn and Let's CMA. They come to the third fence. That's still Machine on top, followed by Ecologic. Up to the next fence. That's Machine on. Followed by Ecologic. There's a Lion's Turn in front as they head out into the country. Lion's Turn away back to Ecologic. ecologic, another 2 back to machine, and now it's about 20 back to lit CMA. Turn on top as they approach this next fence. Those front 3 are over. That's Ryan's turn by about 2 over ecologic, another 2 back to machine, about 15 back to lit CMA. The front 3 are over the coop. That's Ryan's turn, still in front, followed by ecologic and machine. Lit now over the coop. Fence. That's Ryan's turn now with about a 5-length advantage over ecologic, who has a 1-length advantage over machine. But it's Ryan's turn opening the front end. Lit CMA is now over that 5th last fence. But with 4 to go, it's Ryan's turn and Michelle Hunter showing the way. That's Ryan's turn now by about 6 over ecologic and machine. With 3 to go, that's Ryan's turn, about 5 in front of ecologic, who's about 2 in front of machine. His turn over the 3rd to last in front, but his lead's been cut to about 3 lengths. That's ecologic making up ground and machine. With 2 to go. With 2 to go, that's Ryan's turn in front. Ecologic and machine, and 1 fence to go. That's still Ryan's turn, holding on to the lead. But ecologic is trying to make up ground as they approach this final fence. That's Ryan's turn, ecologic and machine. Those 2 all over together and down the stretch they come. That's machine on top now. Machine, Ryan's turn and ecologic. That's the Ryan's machine.